Have you ever thought about why some people seem to draw in money so easily, while others, even when they work twice as hard, struggle to get by? What if I told you it's not about luck, connections, or even talent? It's tied to a crucial truth about how we think that most folks miss entirely. But first, hit that like button and let me know where you're watching from today. It's always cool to see who's joining us as we dive into these life-changing ideas together. Right now, as you're tuning in, there's a tug of war happening in your mind. It's between two parts of yourself. One believes just getting by is enough, while the other knows you're meant for greatness. Have you ever set a financial goal, worked hard for it, but still fell short? We talked to an anonymous millionaire to help us write this book, and he figured out something that changed countless lives during tough economic times. He discovered that attracting wealth isn't about chasing it, it's about becoming it. This isn't just about thinking positively or wishing for luck. It's about recognizing the basic law that controls how abundance flows into your life. Most people get wealth creation all wrong. They think they need money first to feel wealthy, and then they can act prosperous. But Fox shared a powerful insight. You have to be prosperous in your mind before that prosperity can show up in your life. You weren't meant to beg the universe for scraps. You were born to take control of abundance through your awakened mind. Consider this for a moment. Every millionaire you admire, every entrepreneur you look up to, every person living a financially free life started with the same thing you have, a mind ready for change. It's not their situation, their education, or where they started that makes the difference. It's what they've embraced as their identity. Stick with me until the end, because what you're about to learn might just surprise you. The reason you don't have the wealth you want isn't because you don't deserve it. It's not because the economy's against you, and it's definitely not that abundance is just for others. The real reason is much simpler, and understanding it can make change easier. Chris taught that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Once you truly get this, it's like a master key that opens every door to the prosperity you've been trying to pry open. Your current financial situation is just a reflection of your inner beliefs about yourself, money, and what you feel you deserve. But here's the twist. Changing your financial reality isn't about just altering your actions first. It starts with changing who you think you are. The journey of transformation kicks off with understanding how your mindset shapes your circumstances. Now, there's a truth most self-help gurus might not share because it shakes up everything we believe about reality. Chris realized that consciousness isn't just part of your experience, it's the only reality that truly matters. Your bank account, the neighborhood you came from, and even the opportunities or lack thereof you faced don't define your future. What really matters is the state of your consciousness. If these insights resonate with you, subscribing means joining a community that's shifting its view on prosperity. Each video I share builds on these ideas, giving you tools to lift your mindset and your situation. This understanding can completely change how you approach wealth. Most people spend their lives trying to fix their circumstances, thinking that landing the right job or meeting the right people will solve their money problems. But this keeps them stuck in a loop of effort without real change. The moment of clarity comes when you see that it's your consciousness that shapes your circumstances, not the other way around. Consider this. Right now, as you take in these words, there's an energy coming from you. This isn't just some mystical talk. It's about the basic energy of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs working together. When you think about money, what do you feel in your body? Do you feel excited and confident, or do you shrink back with anxiety, hearing that nagging voice about limits and scarcity? This energy is like a signal sent out to the universe, broadcasting day and night. The universe, with all its intelligence, responds by bringing you experiences that match your vibes. If you're stuck in fear and worry about money, you'll keep drawing in situations that echo that. But flip your vibe to one of abundance and gratitude, and suddenly the universe has to align things to reflect that new energy. Fox understood it's not just about thinking positively or repeating affirmations without meaning. It's about genuinely transforming your mindset. When you fully embrace a mindset of prosperity, everything changes. your decisions, your actions, even how you carry yourself. You move away from a place of desperation and start feeling inspired. Instead of begging for opportunities, you start noticing them everywhere. The most successful people weren't always the brightest or the most skilled. They knew how to match their mindset with what they wanted. They learned that wealth isn't something you just earn through struggle. It's a state of being that you cultivate. This shift means questioning everything you've believed about money, success, and your worth. You let go of that victim mindset that says your past controls your future and take on a creator mindset that allows you to reshape your reality from within. The journey of change starts when you take responsibility, not just for your actions, but for the quality of energy you bring into each moment. I want to dive deeper into this idea. Understanding how your mindset shapes your reality is just the first step. Chris had a specific technique for changing your energy, and once you master it, attracting wealth becomes second nature. Breathe in and remember to type in the comments, "My consciousness creates my reality." If this is clicking for you, know that the universe is like a super refined mirror, reflecting back not what you think you want, but who you truly are deep down. This mirror doesn't listen to your wishful thoughts or desperate prayers, nor does it care about how hard you try. It only reacts to your genuine state of being, the beliefs and feelings that have become part of you, even if you don't notice them throughout your day. Most folks live without realizing this cosmic feedback loop. They wonder why their lives feel stuck in the same old patterns while they're actively seeking change. The big realization hits when you see that your outer world reflects your inner world perfectly. Every relationship, every financial situation, every opportunity, or lack of one, is showing you what's going on deep inside your mind. If anything we've talked about today has changed your thinking even a bit, hit that like button to show you appreciate what we've shared. It helps me see this message is getting to the right people. Behind the scenes of your day-to-day life, there's a constant dialogue between your inner self and the universe. When you carry feelings of unworthiness around money, the universe just mirrors that back, showing you situations that reinforce those feelings. If you secretly fear you can't hold on to wealth, life will create challenges that test those fears. The reflection is so sharp it can reveal beliefs you didn't even realize you had. Here's where it gets really interesting, and where many folks have their light bulb moment. The millionaire version of yourself you dream of, living that life of total financial freedom, that person isn't some far-off dream. They already exist within you, just waiting for you to unlock them from behind all those walls of fear, doubt, and false beliefs about what you deserve. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a practical truth about expanding your consciousness. Every quality that millionaire version of you has, every decision they'd make, and every action they'd take is already part of you, just waiting to emerge. You already have the wisdom and power within you to face life's challenges and seize opportunities. The real change happens when you stop seeing your successful self as something in the future and start living it right now. This shift is huge. When you begin to think, feel, and act like the successful person you truly are, the universe starts to change things around you. Suddenly, the opportunities that seemed hidden before become clear. You start meeting people who can help you, and fresh ideas come to you that you never noticed when you were focused on scarcity. This process means making a key decision about who you want to be at this moment, no matter what your bank balance looks like. It's about walking with the confidence of someone who knows their worth, speaking with authority because you know you have valuable things to offer, and making choices from a place of trust in your ability to attract wealth. The truth is, you've got two versions of yourself, a limited one shaped by your past experiences, and an unlimited one that represents your true potential. Each moment, you get to choose which version to embody, and that choice determines what the universe reflects back to you. Now, I want to share a specific technique Chris found to help make this change permanent. Understanding the idea is one thing, but living from your prosperity mindset consistently, that's where the real magic is. Write in the comments, "I embody my millionaire self." If you're ready to embrace this change, listen closely. Fox uncovered a surprising truth about how wealth works. Many people believe they need to prove their worth first, achieve success, or gather evidence before they feel deserving of abundance. But this creates a tricky cycle. The universe waits for you to feel worthy before it brings you the confirmation you're looking for. It completely changes how you relate to the journey toward wealth. You stop waiting for approval from your bank account, from society, or from your past successes. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you're worthy and abundant. You make a choice to accept your own value right now, no matter what your current situation looks like. This isn't about bragging or being out of touch. It's about realizing that your worth isn't something you have to earn. It's something you already are. When you really get this idea, everything shifts. You stop chasing opportunities from a desperate place. You stop trying to prove your worth to others because you already believe it yourself. This inner certainty makes you magnetic, attracting abundance naturally. People and opportunities are drawn to those with true confidence and self-worth. Behind every great success, every booming business, every game-changing invention, there's a moment when someone closed their eyes and envisioned something that didn't exist yet. Everything around you, the buildings, the tech, the systems, started as a thought in someone's mind before becoming reality. This insight gives you a powerful tool to create wealth. When you can see and feel your desired life before it becomes real, you're not just dreaming, you're creating. Imagine waking up in that oceanfront home, feeling the freedom that comes with financial security, experiencing the peace that true abundance brings. You're not just daydreaming, you're tapping into the essence of creation. This wisdom is what I'm excited to share with those ready to rethink wealth and success. By subscribing, you'll never miss that crucial insight that could spark your breakthrough. The effects of this practice go beyond simple visualization. When you consistently picture your prosperous life with emotional depth and vivid detail, your subconscious starts to accept that imagined reality as your new normal, aligning your choices with this vision. Once you start tuning into your awareness, you'll notice opportunities that align with your dreams. You'll feel like you're vibrating at the same frequency as the person who's already living that life. Many people don't recognize the true power of their imagination. They've been conditioned to dismiss it as just fantasy. But Chris saw imagination as the link between what we think and what we experience in the real world. Every thought you feel deeply, every scene you play in your mind with confidence, and every hopeful scenario you embrace is shaping what shows up in your life. The change happens when you stop seeing your imagination as just a form of entertainment. Instead, treat it as a sacred workshop where you can design your future. This means you need to shift how you handle those quiet moments when your mind wanders towards possibilities. Don't let those visions pass by. Learn to shape them deliberately. Really dive into those feelings, making them as real as possible. Now, let's look at how Chris guided people to use their imagination as a powerful tool for attracting wealth. There's a specific way to this practice that makes a big difference between simple daydreaming and actually creating your reality. Say out loud or write in the comments, "My imagination creates my reality," if you're starting to see how effective this can be. Fox's technique revolves around understanding how our minds process images every day, often without us even realizing it. We're constantly running mental movies in our heads. These aren't just random thoughts. They're the consistent images that shape our reality. The real question isn't if you're visualizing, it's what you're visualizing and whether those images are lifting you up or keeping you stuck. Many people unknowingly hold on to images of struggle, financial stress, and missed opportunities. These thoughts loop in their minds, and the universe, acting like a perfect mirror, reflects those images back as life experiences. That's where the change begins. Once you become aware of how this process works and take charge of the mental images in your mind, here's the thing. Your subconscious takes everything literally. It doesn't know the difference between a vivid daydream and a real memory. When you regularly picture yourself thriving, living richly, and making decisions with confidence and financial stability, your subconscious starts reshaping itself around this new way of thinking. Your beliefs evolve, your expectations shift, and most importantly, your actions begin to reflect the person who already leads that prosperous life. But here's where many people go wrong. This is the key point that sets effective visualization apart from mere wishful thinking. To truly manifest, you have to engage all your senses while visualizing. It's not enough to just see yourself wealthy. You need to feel the soft fabric of nice clothes, hear the buzz of success around you, smell the fresh ocean breeze from your dream home, and savor the taste of freedom that comes with financial independence. This sensory approach creates what's called the reality of the wish fulfilled. When you can close your eyes and experience that prosperous life so fully that it feels more real than what you're currently living, you've stepped into actual creation. Your nervous system starts adjusting to this new reality. Your emotions align with this elevated experience, and your decision-making begins to reflect the mindset of someone who already possesses what you want. The effects of this practice go beyond just the time spent visualizing. When you consistently immerse yourself in the sensory experience of abundance, you start to recognize opportunities that have always been there but went unnoticed before. Conversations shift, chance meetings open up new paths, and ideas that once seemed out of reach now feel completely doable. This is the secret behind why successful people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others struggle, even when they're working harder. The successful ones have learned, whether consciously or not, to stay mostly focused on their desired outcome instead of getting caught up in their current situation. They've trained their imagination to work like a fine-tuned compass. Instead of letting your problems weigh you down, think of your mind as a tool for shaping your future. When you hit that like button, you're not just backing this video, you're making a statement about your own change. It's a small gesture, but it reflects a big choice about the person you want to be. Transforming your life means shifting how you use your mental energy. Stop replaying those feelings of lack or struggle. Instead, consciously step into the reality where you've already met your financial goals. This isn't about ignoring your current situation. It's about intentionally crafting your future. Now, I want to share a powerful technique to make this process even more effective. There are specific moments in your day when your mind is most open to new ideas. If you can tap into these moments, your ability to manifest what you desire will take off. Type in the comments, "I choose my mental movies," if you're ready to take charge of what's playing in your mind. The key timing happens during those precious moments, just before you drift off to sleep and right when you wake up. Here, your subconscious is ready to embrace new thoughts. Your analytical mind is off, so it's the perfect time to instill fresh mental patterns. But here's where it gets tough for many. This is the real test that sets apart those who change their lives from those who stay stuck in wishful thinking. True manifestation means holding on to your vision without any proof to back it up. It's about seeing yourself as successful, even when your bank account tells a different story. It's about sticking to your dreams, even when others say you're being unrealistic. This isn't about being naive or neglecting your everyday responsibilities. It's about recognizing that every significant change in history started with someone who chose to trust their inner vision over their current reality. The Wright brothers didn't wait for proof that humans could fly. They kept their faith in their dream. The key to changing your life lies in realizing that your money situation doesn't define your ability to create wealth. It's really just about the mental pictures you've been accepting as true without even thinking. You're not in a tough spot because you don't have cash right now. It's because you haven't yet seen yourself as someone who easily attracts and holds on to wealth. This realization flips your view of your current situation. Instead of thinking they're proof of your limits, you start seeing them as temporary hurdles that are already beginning to shift. You stop letting your present define what's possible for you in the future. Instead, you let your imagination take charge and start building your new reality. The power of this mindset shift is huge. When you really grasp that your circumstances can change and that you hold the key to that change through deliberate visualization, you stop feeling like a victim of your situation. You start becoming the creator of your life. This new perspective starts affecting your choices, your energy, and the chances you notice and go after. Behind the scenes, something amazing is happening in your brain. Every time you picture yourself wealthy, even when everything around you suggests the opposite, you're actually rewiring your brain to embrace prosperity. You're building new pathways that encourage positive thinking and behavior. Your entire nervous system starts to adjust to this new identity. This journey asks you to develop what Fox called persistent assumption. It's about feeling as if your dreams have already come true, regardless of what your current reality is telling you. This isn't about fooling yourself. It's about consciously using your imagination to forge a new reality. You're not ignoring your current situation. You're just deciding to give more weight to your vision than to your existing conditions. The change speeds up when you understand that your imagination isn't limited by your circumstances. Instead, your circumstances adjust to fit what your imagination believes. The images and feelings you keep in your mind shape your reality. That's why successful folks often seem to exist in a different world than those who are struggling, even if they're in the same place. Now, I want to share the technique that helped Fox develop unshakable faith in his vision. There's a special way to think about what you want that makes it feel more real than what's happening now. This sense of reality is what kickstarts the process of making things happen. Type in the comments, "I trust my vision over my circumstances," if you're ready to build that level of faith in your success. Fox's technique for creating unshakable faith is all about taking every free moment to actively shape your reality. Instead of letting your mind wander during those little breaks in your day, like waiting in line, commuting, or just before sleep, you consciously imagine your dream life. This isn't just casual daydreaming, it's focused reality building. The shift occurs when you practice this regularly and with great detail, making your prosperous life feel more familiar than your current situation. You'll start to feel the clothes you'd wear when you're financially free, sense the climate of your new home, and experience the calm that comes with total time freedom. You create these images so vividly, so satisfyingly, that your subconscious has to accept them as your true reality. There's real power in surrounding yourself with uplifting content. By being part of this channel, you're choosing to fill your mind with ideas that support your highest potential instead of your limits. Behind the scenes, you're crafting a new identity. Most people unknowingly carry a belief that says, "I struggle with money," or "I can't get ahead." But others walk through the same world with a different belief. "Everything flows easily to me," or "I attract abundant opportunities." The big revelation is that these aren't fixed traits. They can change. Inherited traits are just states of mind that anyone can take on right now. At this moment, you can choose to leave behind a struggling identity and embrace a prosperous one. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about seeing that the mindset of a millionaire is already inside you and deciding to act from that awareness. When you truly adopt the millionaire mindset, everything about your experience shifts. Your choices naturally elevate. You stop acting out of desperation and start making decisions from a place of abundance. You no longer settle for less than you deserve. Instead, you begin to expect the best life has to offer. Your energy changes, and people respond to you differently because you're radiating a higher quality of consciousness. This shift isn't just a one-time thing. It's a choice you keep making until it becomes second nature. Each morning, you get to choose which identity you'll take on for the day. Every challenge that comes your way is a chance to react from that millionaire mindset instead of falling back into old, limiting habits. The journey teaches you that these states of consciousness aren't final destinations. They're repeated choices that eventually become your default way of being. The person who lives in a state of "everything flows to me" didn't arrive there by chance. They made a conscious decision to adopt that mindset and held on to it, even when things got tough, until their outer world matched their inner belief. The truth is, you're already operating from a certain state of consciousness right now. The real question is it helping you reach your highest goals, or is it keeping you stuck in outdated patterns? Each thought you have, every feeling, and all your reactions come from whichever state you're currently in. When you realize that you can consciously choose a different state, that's true freedom. Now let's dive into how this assumption process works on a practical level, because understanding the theory is just the beginning. It's one thing to think like a millionaire, but actually living that mindset every day takes some skill. If you're ready to embrace this shift in thinking, let's dive in. A key part of adopting this new mindset is grasping what Fox called the most freeing principle in manifestation. Don't stress about how things will happen. Just focus on what you want. This insight can free you from the mental struggles that often hold people back. So many waste their energy trying to map out every detail of their success instead of keeping their eyes on the prize. Here's a secret. The universe has a much smarter way of working than our limited minds. When you try to control the how, you're basically telling the universe that you know better than the powers that arrange everything, like the movement of stars and timing of opportunities. Real change kicks in when you let go of the how and fully commit to the what with clear vision and strong emotion. Hitting that like button, it's more than just a click. It's your way of saying you're open to the idea that your financial reality can change. If this sounds good to you, let me know with a thumbs up. This shift means changing how you think about reaching your goals. Instead of making detailed plans and worrying over every little step, you learn to envision your end goal so clearly that the path forward unfolds on its own. Unexpected opportunities pop up, and people who can help you appear out of nowhere. Resources flow in from places you never even considered. During this process, something amazing happens in how you deal with uncertainty. Many people fear the unknown, believing they need to control every detail. But when you really get this principle, uncertainty becomes your ally. You realize that the universe is using the unknown to bring you experiences that are often way better than anything you could have planned. This way of thinking doesn't just help with money. Its impact goes much further. When you stop stressing about how things will unfold and instead invest your energy into holding on to your vision of success, you unlock a huge reserve of mental and emotional strength. This shift allows you to embrace a life filled with abundance. You break free from the anxiety of what's to come and start to feel the joy and confidence that blooms when you fully trust the process. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This is the crucial insight that distinguishes brief success from lasting change. The universe doesn't just respond to your conscious wishes. It reacts precisely to what you believe deep down about yourself. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with money, even while trying to build wealth, the universe will keep delivering experiences that reinforce that belief. This explains why many folks toil hard for financial aspirations, yet keep encountering the same barriers. They're aiming for abundance, but secretly believe they can't quite make it work. The world around us reflects our beliefs, not just our conscious goals. Transformation happens when you start embracing abundance as your default state, not something you're chasing. When you walk through life with the quiet certainty of someone who knows they belong in prosperity, when you make choices from a place of belief in your ability to generate wealth, and when you tackle challenges with the calm of someone who knows they're surrounded by endless support, the universe has to align circumstances in your favor. This belief isn't just an outfit you put on, it's the real you shining through. The mindset of a millionaire isn't alien to you. It's simply a grander version of your true self that you're ready to reveal. Every trait that successful people carry is already inside you, just waiting for you to own it as your way of life. Next, let's dive into the specific daily habits that help make this belief feel second nature and effortless. There are certain ways of thinking and feeling that keep you anchored in this abundant mindset. You can feel prosperous inside, no matter what's going on outside. If you're ready for a big change in how you see yourself, start by understanding how successful people make decisions. A millionaire doesn't seek approval from their past, their bank balance, or anyone else before stepping into their power. They choose based on clarity and a strong belief that there's always more abundance out there. This isn't arrogance. It's simply the confidence that comes from knowing you're connected to limitless possibilities. The real change happens when you realize you can tap into this feeling right now without needing to change your outside world. You don't have to wait for a bigger paycheck to feel secure. You don't need to hit specific goals to feel like a success. you can embrace that winning mindset immediately, and from that high place, you'll bring in experiences that match what you believe. This means shifting how you start your day. Instead of waking up and checking your situation to decide how to feel, wake up and choose to embody someone who has already succeeded. Close your eyes and say, "Today, I act like I'm already triumphant. I feel, speak, and move as if success is guaranteed." This isn't just being optimistic, it's about changing your identity. When you truly embody this mindset, it sends waves through every part of your life. When you act like success is certain, your decision-making gets better. You stop hesitating on good opportunities because fear of failure no longer holds you back. You recognize your own value and refuse to settle for less because abundance feels familiar to you. As this transformation unfolds, you're rewiring your brain, breaking free from old limitations. Each time you choose to respond from a success mindset instead of a struggle mindset, you strengthen new, healthier habits. Every decision made with confidence builds you up more. Instead of letting fear take over, you can train your nervous system to aim for a higher level of expectation. This journey is about realizing that this mindset isn't something you just achieve and keep forever. It's a choice you make every single moment during your day. When challenges pop up, you can respond with a millionaire mindset or fall back into old habits. And when opportunities come along, you can tackle them with confidence or let insecurity take the lead. Here's the reality. Successful folks aren't just lucky, they face struggles too. What sets them apart is their ability to maintain a positive mindset no matter what's happening around them. They've trained themselves to feel victorious, even when the world around them says otherwise. This unwavering mindset draws in the resources, people, and opportunities that prove their inner belief right. The game changer? You already have this power within you. You don't need to grow it, earn it, or wait for the perfect moment. The mindset of success is waiting for you to embrace it as your true nature. What stands between you and this state? It's your decision to stop seeking approval from your circumstances and start taking charge of your experience from within. Once you see that staying in this state feels so much better than being stuck in limitations, it becomes second nature. You'll notice a natural joy and purpose when you believe that success is inevitable. This isn't just forced positivity, it's the genuine expression of your highest potential finally breaking free. Now let me share the specific technique that EMTT Fox found to make this feeling feel so natural, you'll wonder how you ever operated at any other level. There's a unique way to anchor this feeling so it becomes your lasting reality, not just a fleeting moment. If you're ready to take control of your experience and live from this mindset, write in the comments, "Success is my natural state." What you need to anchor this higher state of being is a big shift in how you see effort and reward. Most people think that life rewards them based on their hard work, the hours they put in, or the skills they have. But Fox found a truth that flips this idea upside down. Life doesn't reward you just for what you do. It rewards you based on your inner value. It comes down to the mindset you bring to your work. This idea destroys the misconception that you can just work harder and earn more. Instead, it shows that elevating your sense of self-worth and tapping into a higher level of consciousness is what truly drives your financial success. When you genuinely know and feel your worth deep down, when every part of you believes you deserve abundance, the universe starts to mirror that belief back at you. The real change happens when you stop needing to prove your worth through outside accomplishments and focus on building a strong sense of value that's independent of your situation. This isn't about being cocky or full of ourselves. It's about recognizing the worth you have just for being you and letting that awareness shape how you interact with the world. You can see this principle in action everywhere, in every workplace, industry, and field. There are folks doing the same job but getting completely different pay and chances. It's not about their skills or even their experience. It's about the mindset they bring to their work and life. Picture two people with similar qualifications in the same role. One is driven by anxiety, constantly worried about keeping their job and feeling grateful just to be employed. They believe they should take whatever comes their way. The other person, though, approaches their job with confidence, knowing they add real value and expecting to be rewarded fairly. They operate with a quiet certainty that good opportunities will come to them. This difference in mindset leads to completely different experiences, even in the same situation. On the surface, actions may seem the same, but when someone acts out of desperation, their body language, communication, and willingness to settle for less show their inner doubts. They tend to attract situations that magnify their fears of not having enough and competing for what's scarce. The universe reflects this mindset perfectly, continuing the cycle of lack. In contrast, a person who operates from a place of certainty and self-worth gives off a different energy. Their confidence draws respect and recognition. When they expect fair treatment, it shapes how others respond to them. This sense of abundance opens doors for growth and better rewards. The universe then aligns circumstances to favor them. Transforming your life means taking a good, honest look at your mindset. Are you approaching chances from a place of desperation or confidence? Have you accepted less because you believe that's all you deserve? Or, in trying to prove your worth, have you forgotten that you are already valuable? The eye-opening truth is that you can change your mindset right now. You don't have to hit certain goals to feel deserving of good things. You can start acting like someone who knows their value and expects respect, naturally drawing in opportunities for success. Let's dig into how this idea plays out in real-life situations. Understanding how your self-worth translates into tangible rewards will help you stay in this positive mindset, even if others around you are stuck in scarcity. If you're ready to approach every opportunity with a sense of your inherent worth, write in the comments, "I operate from my inherent worth." The practical results of this mindset become obvious once you grasp how abundance works. Many people wait for outside approval before feeling valuable. They believe they need to hit certain achievements, earn a specific income, or gain recognition first. We often look to others for validation, but that only traps us in a loop. The universe is ready to reflect your worth, but you have to decide that value for yourself first. The shift begins when you choose to feel valuable before money comes into play. Instead of waiting for others to see your worth, you recognize it within yourself and carry that confidence into every interaction. This isn't about tricking yourself into believing something false. It's about acknowledging the value that's always been there. By doing this, you take charge of the dialogue between your mind and the universe. When you rely on outside approval, you're handing over your power to circumstances and people's opinions. But when you internally affirm your value, you become the source of your own validation, and the world starts to respond to that certainty. This mindset change affects every part of your financial life. When you truly know your value deep down, you stop taking opportunities that don't match it. You stop underpricing your services and settling for jobs that don't honor your contributions. You start to walk with a quiet confidence that's hard to ignore. This isn't about being arrogant or thinking you're better than others. It's about being aware of your worth and letting that awareness guide how you show up in the world. When you hold yourself like someone who naturally brings in abundance, when you speak like you truly belong in thriving circles, and when you make choices with the belief that you can create wealth, you attract opportunities effortlessly, like a magnet. This journey calls for you to question and let go of the conditioning that made you shrink yourself or wait for permission to prove your worth through hardship. These patterns are deeply rooted in many of us. A lot of what we believe about ourselves comes from childhood. We learned that love and approval depend on how well we perform or achieve. But when we start to see these patterns, we can rise above them. Here's the kicker. The most successful people know that success follows them naturally. They don't chase after opportunities or settle for less out of fear. They understand their value is clear, and the right chances will come to them. This confidence isn't tied to past successes. It comes from a deep, unshakable belief that they are valuable and worthy of good things. The game changer? That same confidence is available to you right this moment. You don't have to wait until you've achieved more, learned more, or become someone else. You can decide right now to recognize your own worth and move through life like someone who knows that abundance is their birthright. Let's talk about how to make this confidence feel real and natural. There's a big difference between pretending to be confident and truly embodying that deep sense of worth. If you're ready to stop looking for approval from others and start trusting yourself, write in the comments, "I know my inherent value." Authentic confidence starts with mastering the most powerful force in your life, the conversation you have with yourself when you're alone. This inner dialogue isn't just random thoughts, it shapes your entire life experience. What you tell yourself in those quiet moments is what the world reflects back to you through your circumstances, relationships, and finances. Here's the truth: your most consistent thoughts become your reality. Every time you doubt your abilities or question your worth, the universe picks up on these messages. You have the power to shape your own experience. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's not. It just reacts to what you think about the most, especially when those thoughts are packed with emotion. This changes everything about how you relate to your mind. Instead of letting random thoughts steer your life, you can take charge of your inner dialogue and build the future you want. When you realize that tweaking your self-talk really can alter your reality, not just in a metaphorical sense, but in concrete ways, you start to see things differently. Behind every financial setback, every missed chance, every limit you feel, there's a story playing on repeat in your head. Thoughts like, "I'm not a quick learner," "I struggle with money," or "opportunities aren't for people like me," become the hidden map that drives your choices and shapes your outlook. Shifting this inner chatter is huge. By swapping negative self-talk for positive affirmations, like "everything I touch thrives," or "I attract the right opportunities," you're basically reprogramming your whole experience. Your inner voice becomes your reality, and when you alter that voice, you change what happens next. This process requires you to really pay attention to those thoughts that have been running in the background, often for years. Many people don't even realize this is happening. It's so automatic and routine. But once you start to catch these patterns, you can break free and choose new thoughts. Things really begin to shift when you grasp that you don't need to believe your new positive statements right away for them to make a difference. Just repeat them with enough feeling, and your subconscious will start to accept them as your new truth. Every time you think things like, "I am naturally prosperous," you're taking a step towards a brighter reality. Money can often feel tight, right? But as you start thinking differently, you're building new mental pathways. And here's the big game changer. Your inner dialogue has been shaping your reality all along, whether you realized it or not. Now, you're taking the reins. You're not letting old thoughts dictate your life anymore. Instead, you're choosing the thoughts that can create a better financial future. Let's dive into how this works, especially when it comes to money. There are certain thoughts that either open the door to abundance or keep you stuck in limits. Once you understand these, you gain the power to choose abundance in every moment. So, if you're ready to change the conversation that's been shaping your life, write in the comments, "I consciously choose my inner dialogue." Now, about the thought patterns that shape your financial world, most of them go against what people usually think about making money. Many believe money goes to those who are best prepared, most educated, or work the hardest. But EMTT Fox found something that shakes that belief up. Money doesn't flow to the most prepared. It flows to those who feel secure. It naturally goes to people who believe they deserve it and don't hold themselves back with doubt. They see themselves as wealthy in their minds, no matter what their current situation looks like. This explains why talented, educated, hard-working folks can have money troubles, while others with less experience attract wealth easily. The key difference isn't about how prepared they are, it's about their inner security. Those who thrive financially have a deep-seated belief that they belong in the land of plenty. They don't question their worthiness or wonder if they deserve success. They simply accept it as their natural state. Behind this process, there's a vibrational frequency at play that many overlook. Your financial reality doesn't just react to your goals or hard work, it responds to your energetic vibe. Throughout your day, what you project is vital. When you resonate with gratitude, faith, and certainty about your abundance, the universe gets the message loud and clear. It responds by saying, "Let's give this person more of what they're grateful for." Change happens when you realize your vibrational frequency isn't dependent on your situation. It's all about the mindset you choose. You can feel thankful for the abundance around you, even if your bank balance doesn't show it yet. You can hold firm in your belief that prosperity is coming, no matter what the outside world suggests. You can keep the confidence of success, even when things seem tough. This isn't tricking yourself. It's about actively cultivating the energy that draws in wealth. This shift in vibration can lead to immediate transformations in your life. Opportunities that once seemed hidden become suddenly clear. People react to you differently because you're sending out a fresh energy. Decisions that felt daunting start to look straightforward as you rise to a higher level of awareness. Resources flow to you because you stop pushing them away with feelings of lack and insecurity. The journey asks you to pay close attention to the subtle emotions tied to your thoughts about money. When you think about your financial dreams, do you feel excitement or does worry creep in? When chances come your way, do you meet them with confidence or with fear? These emotional signals are broadcasting to the universe all day, and it mirrors your main vibration. Here's the reality. Many people unknowingly operate from a place of lacking while trying to attract wealth. They worry about money, approach chances out of desperation, and carry the energy of someone unsure about belonging in abundance. This sends mixed signals, confusing the manifestation process and often resulting in experiences that reflect their inner doubts rather than their true desires. The game changer is understanding that you control your vibrational frequency completely. You can choose to feel abundant right now, no matter what's happening around you. You can choose to feel confident about your worth, even if others haven't seen it yet. You can still embody a feeling of abundance, even when life seems to suggest otherwise. Now, I want to talk about a technique that Chris shared, which helps you stay in that elevated state of mind. There's a powerful practice that helps you connect with feelings of prosperity so strongly that your outside world has no choice but to catch up. Let's get started. Write in the comments, "I vibrate prosperity," if you're ready to tap into that energy that can change your financial life. Fox's method involves what he referred to as nervous system training. It's more than just thinking positively or saying affirmations. This technique understands that your whole nervous system, every single cell in your body, has been conditioned to operate at a certain expectation level. Most of us are wired for scarcity, feeling uneasy about abundance because of past experiences. Here's where the magic happens. Start retraining your nervous system to see abundance as your default state. Imagine how you'd walk if you had millions in the bank. How would your posture change? How would your breathing feel? How would you make decisions? These are not just thoughts, they're real exercises that help rewire your energy. By practicing this, you teach your body and mind to get comfortable with prosperity before it shows up in your life. When abundance finally does come, it won't catch you off guard because you'll already be ready for it. That's why some people who come into wealth manage to hold on to it, while others struggle and sabotage their success. This nervous system training shifts how you navigate the world. You start to walk with the confidence of knowing your worth. You breathe deeply and relax, feeling secure. When you make decisions with clarity, knowing you have options, your energy shifts. People can sense this energy without realizing it. Suddenly, opportunities start to appear and situations shift around your new vibe. Fox knew that our consciousness works like a radio. To hear your favorite music, you need to tune the radio to the right station. Similarly, to attract wealth, you must tune your mind to the frequency of abundance. If you're focused on lack and worry, you'll only pick up experiences that match that negative energy. But when you shift to feelings of abundance and gratitude, brand new possibilities open up. This journey means being aware of your own energy throughout the day. If you catch yourself drifting into doubt or scarcity, gently bring your focus back to abundance. When challenges come up that usually spark limited thinking, choose to respond as someone who knows that resources are endless and solutions are always found. The real truth is this frequency adjustment isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. Every interaction gives you a chance to practice thinking abundantly. Each choice can be made from a place of prosperity rather than lack. Every reaction to your circumstances can show your alignment with wealth, not struggle. Here's the big idea. You don't have to wait for your outside circumstances to change before tuning into abundance. You can shift your energy right now, no matter what your bank account says. The frequency of wealth is always there. You just need to choose to align with it. Now let's dive into the most powerful part of Fox's teachings. This frequency alignment brings about what he called the feeling of the wish fulfilled, a level of consciousness so strong that it doesn't just make manifestation possible, it makes it inevitable. I tap into the abundance frequency. Are you ready to train your nervous system to think from a place of prosperity? That feeling of having your wishes fulfilled? It comes from realizing that your imagination isn't just an escape, it's your most sacred workshop. This is where your reality is made. In this space, the blueprints for your future are crafted with precision and deep emotion. Every billionaire, every successful entrepreneur, everyone living freely financially, they all first created their wealth in this imaginative space before it showed up in the real world. The change begins when you treat your imagination with the respect it deserves. Don't let random fears and thoughts mess up this sacred area. Instead, design your prosperous future with the same care an architect puts into crafting a magnificent building. You become the skilled creator of your destiny, shaping each part of your abundant life with clarity, emotion, and clear intent. Behind this process is a powerful finding about human consciousness. Your subconscious mind, which drives about 95% of your daily life, can't tell the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined, especially when both are filled with strong emotion. So when you picture your wealthy life with such detail and feeling that it feels more real than your current situation, your subconscious starts reshaping everything to bring that imagined life to reality. This shifts how you look at your financial goals. Instead of just hoping for abundance someday, you start living with a sense of prosperity right now. Through imagination, you can feel the security, freedom, joy, and confidence of wealth within you. And that feeling is so intense that eventually your outer world has to catch up. This isn't about pretending or ignoring what's happening now. It's about realizing your imagination is the bridge to where you want to be. When you regularly feel wealthy in your mind, you're already on your way. When you can clearly picture the life you want and truly feel the joy of financial freedom, you're setting up a powerful energy that guides every choice and moment toward making that dream a reality. Treating your imagination time as your most important task every day is key. This practice isn't just valuable, it's essential. It's like training your life's creative forces to bring you experiences that reflect what you truly feel inside. Every minute you spend visualizing abundance pays off in the real world. Here's the twist. Most folks use their imaginations without realizing it, focusing on their limitations instead of their possibilities. They waste mental energy on worst-case scenarios, old disappointments, or ongoing struggles. But when you take that creative power and focus it on crafting your dream life, everything changes. The big breakthrough is realizing that the feelings you create in your mind are the same feelings that actual abundance will bring you. When you close your eyes and feel truly grateful for your success, excited about the chances ahead, and confident in your skills, you're tapping into the exact emotional state that attracts wealth. Your subconscious picks up on this feeling as natural, and it starts working hard to align your outside world with what's happening inside. Now I want to share the specific timing and techniques that can supercharge this imaginative process. There are particular moments when your subconscious is open and ready for new ideas, and knowing how to seize these times can speed up your manifestations in incredible ways. So write, "My imagination creates my wealth" in the comments if you're ready to treat your inner creative space with the respect it deserves. The timing and techniques that amplify your imagination hinge on understanding when your mind naturally eases its grip on reality. The moments just before you drift off to sleep and right after you wake up are really special times. That's when your subconscious is most open to new ideas. During these times, your analytical mind isn't busy fighting your current situation, making it the perfect chance to embed new thoughts about abundance. But there's a key technique that changes everything. It goes beyond just visualizing. It involves having what Fox termed unwavering faith. This faith isn't the usual kind. It's not just hope or wishful thinking. It's living with the deep, unshakable belief that what you want is already yours, even if everything around you says otherwise. This kind of faith acts like a hidden power. It creates a strong vibe of certainty that makes the universe respond by bringing your dreams into reality. The shift happens when you realize that deep faith isn't about emotions, it's a clear state of knowing. When you grasp this level of certainty about your prosperity, you won't be jumping for joy, because excitement suggests surprise. You won't dwell on when things will show up, since worry hints at doubt. Instead, you'll know, just like you know the sun will rise tomorrow, that your abundance is already in your grasp. As you engage in visualization, your practice morphs from simple daydreaming to something way more powerful. You're not just imagining wealth anymore. You're forming a mental picture that's so vibrant and detailed that your subconscious sees it as undeniable reality. Once your inner world feels more real than your outer one, you've stepped into true creation, not just wishful thinking. This advanced visualization practice leads to immediate shifts in your mindset and actions. You start making choices like someone who already has plenty. You carry yourself with a calm confidence, like someone whose financial security is solid. Challenges don't rattle you. Instead, you respond with the steady assurance that solutions and resources are always at hand. The journey calls for you to cultivate what Fox called the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live so fully in the reality of your success that it feels more genuine than what you're currently experiencing. It's not about ignoring your current situation. It's about embracing the reality of where you want to go. When you can close your eyes and feel more at home in your imagined life of abundance than in your present state, you tap into an incredible power for manifesting your desires. The truth is, your subconscious is always looking for clues about what kind of reality to create. When you show it vivid images of success and pair those images with a strong sense of certainty, it picks up on these signals as your true desires. Then, it starts to set up your life to match that inner vision. The big realization is this: it's not about convincing yourself of something that might happen someday. It's about acknowledging what's already true in a world full of possibilities. Your abundance already exists in potential. Your imagination and faith are what help bring it to life. Now let's dive into a key part of Fox's teaching. It's about how to keep up that certainty and clarity, even when your outside world doesn't match your vision. This is where many people fall off track and give up just before they see a breakthrough. If you're ready to step beyond hope and embrace the certainty that turns dreams into reality, write in the comments, "My faith makes it real." Fox's teachings highlight an important difference between acting like you're wealthy and actually living from the security of knowing you've already won. This isn't about pretending or putting on a show. It's about realizing that the successful you already lives within you and choosing to operate from that empowered identity no matter what's happening around you. The real change begins when you stop waiting for your wealth to alter your actions and start changing your identity, thoughts, and behaviors right away. Behind every great fortune, every thriving business, and every life-altering innovation, there's a moment when someone decided to act like the millionaire they were inside, even before there was any proof of that identity. They didn't wait for their bank account to say it was okay or for society to give them the green light. They just started living from that perspective. When you start thinking like someone who's already reached their goals, everything shifts. This new mindset changes how you handle every part of your life. Instead of making decisions out of fear or lack, you make choices rooted in confidence and plenty. You'll no longer settle for opportunities that don't match your worth. You'll begin to seek out chances that reflect your higher self. It's important to realize that everything in your life first started as a thought, whether you meant to or not. Every business, every breakthrough that's changed the world, Every method of creating wealth started as a spark in someone's mind before becoming real. Recognizing this gives you the ability to use your imagination on purpose, to craft your business strategy, plan your investments, and even picture how you'll use your wealth to help others and make a difference. Transforming your life calls for a new way of thinking. Approach ideas with the mindset of someone who has plenty, instead of worrying about not having enough money or feeling unqualified. You begin to understand that resources come easily to great ideas, and that your worth comes from your vision and determination, not from your current situation. Your imagination is more than just a way to visualize. It's where you create entire systems of value. When you think of businesses that help others, when you see investments that thrive, when you picture using your wealth to tackle problems and create opportunities, you're not just dreaming of riches. You're building a legacy that goes beyond just making money. The key realization is this: you don't wait until you're successful to act like it. You behave like a successful person to become one. The millionaire mindset you embrace today lays the groundwork for attracting the resources, opportunities, and connections that will bring that mindset into reality. This practice takes focus and commitment. It's all about staying consistently strong, even when your old self tries to pull you back, especially during tough times. Every time you tackle challenges like someone who's already succeeded, every choice you make from a mindset full of possibilities, you're reinforcing those new pathways in your brain. Now let's dive into the final, most impactful part of Fox's system. This is about keeping that elevated sense of self, even when everything around you screams otherwise. It's the ultimate test that decides if your change sticks or if it fades away. If you're ready to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start living like you already have what you want, write in the comments, "I act from my millionaire identity." The last piece of Fox's system focuses on a key element often overlooked in many people's paths to prosperity. Sure, lots of folks get the idea of visualizing wealth, but Fox discovered it's just as important, if not more so, to truly feel wealthy. You need to tap into the feelings of success, security, and power right now, as if they're already part of your life, not just things you hope to achieve one day. This shift is game-changing. Most people chase wealth from a place of desire, which keeps them stuck in the mindset of lacking. But when you can actually feel prosperous in this moment, when you embrace the feeling of financial security while in your current situation, you're closing the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. You're training your nervous system to recognize abundance as something familiar. So when wealth finally comes to you, it won't feel shocking or uncomfortable because you'll already be in tune with that experience. This explains why some who suddenly gain wealth find it easy to hold on to it, while others might unintentionally sabotage their success because it feels too strange. This practice goes way beyond just getting your emotions ready. When you regularly feel wealthy, your choices start reflecting that mindset. You stop acting out of fear or desperation. Instead, you choose from a place of confidence and abundance. This sense of inner security shines through in your interactions, attracting opportunities and resources effortlessly. Your imagination turns into a powerful workshop, where every thought and feeling shapes your life. Fox realized that imagination without strong emotions is just daydreaming. But when you mix that imagination with real feeling, you create a powerful force that molds your destiny. Each time you visualize your successful life while feeling those emotions of success, gratitude, and security, you set up an energetic blueprint. The universe starts using that blueprint to manifest your reality. But remember, this isn't just a temporary practice you do until you reach your goals. It has to become your way of life. Feeling wealthy and embracing a mindset of prosperity should be your default state, not just something you tap into during visualization. This steady feeling is what builds the strong vibration that draws in lasting abundance. The hidden truth? Your imagination is always at work, whether you're guiding it or not. Most people unwittingly use this powerful tool to reinforce their limitations, imagining struggles or the worst possible outcomes. But when you take charge of the images and feelings in your mind, you become the architect of your life instead of a victim of random thoughts. The key realization that changes everything is understanding that the feelings you create through imagination now are the same as those that real wealth brings. When you close your eyes and truly feel grateful for your abundance, confident in your abilities, and secure in what you have, you're tapping into the exact emotional space that abundance creates. Your subconscious picks up on this as your true state and starts working to align your outer world with your inner reality. I want to share the key technique that Fox found. It shows you how to make feeling wealthy feel so natural that you can't think any other way. This builds unstoppable momentum for bringing your desires to life. If you're on board, drop a comment saying, "I feel my wealth right now." Are you ready to embrace the emotional state of abundance as your everyday reality? Fox's ultimate technique is simple. Feeling is the secret that unlocks all manifestations. Imagination gives you a blueprint and vision offers direction. But it's the deep, intense feelings tied to your mental images that really set the universe's creative forces in motion. This isn't just about having a casual positive mood or surface-level excitement. It's about digging deep and truly feeling success, as if it's already yours. Picture your prosperity as a current fact, not just something in the future. The shift happens when you understand that your subconscious and the universe mainly respond to how intensely you feel inside, not just what you think. You can think about wealth all day, but if those thoughts aren't backed by a real feeling of already having that wealth, you're sending mixed signals. This confuses the process and leads to inconsistent results. Behind every successful manifestation lies a moment when someone stops just imagining and starts feeling it with conviction. Their entire being accepts it as reality. This feeling pulls in the opportunities, circumstances, and resources that align with their vision. It's the difference between wishing for something and knowing it's already on its way. When you use your imagination with this kind of intentional feeling, it becomes a powerful workshop where your future is crafted. Every image you create deeply, every scene you really feel, every vision you hold with passion, sends clear signals to the universe about what you truly desire. That's why Fox stressed that imagination without feeling is weak, but when combined with strong emotion, it becomes unstoppable. When you really get a handle on your emotions, they become powerful. Mastering this feeling creates what Fox described as unstoppable momentum toward your dreams. If you can tap into the emotions of your ideal life, feeling abundant like you feel hunger or fatigue, you're setting up a consistent vibe that makes attracting abundance a sure thing, not just a possibility. This journey asks you to pick up a unique skill, feeling emotions that don't match your current situation. It's about learning to be thankful for wealth you can't see yet, feeling confident about successes that haven't come through, and being secure about money that isn't in your account yet. This isn't tricking yourself. It's mastering your emotions to bridge where you are now and where you want to be. The surprising truth is that many people get manifestation all wrong. They wait for things around them to shift before they can feel different. But the universe works the other way around. You need to feel different first, and then your situation will adjust to match that feeling. This switch in how cause and effect works can be hard to grasp, but it's the most dependable way to change your life. The big realization is that you control how you feel, no matter what's happening outside. You can decide to feel wealthy right now, not because you're ignoring reality, but because you're building a new reality from within. When feeling prosperous becomes as automatic as breathing, you'll have achieved a level of mastery that makes getting what you want easy. Now, I want to share a powerful technique that pulls all of this together into a daily practice that can transform not just your finances, but your whole experience of life. Write in the comments, "I master the feeling of success," if you're ready to embrace the emotional skills that make your dreams a certainty, not a fluke. The final technique focuses on developing what Fox called unwavering faith. Faith isn't just a passive belief most folks have when they think of the word. It's a deep inner certainty that acts as an invisible engine driving your journey toward manifestation, no matter what's going on around you. This kind of faith becomes a magnetic force, attracting wealth to you, not because you're hoping it will come, but because you absolutely know it's already on its way. The real change happens when you realize this faith doesn't depend on outside proof. It grows from within, fueled by your strong conviction. True faith stands on its own, creating its own evidence through the power of knowing. When you're certain about your prosperity, you don't need to see money in your bank account to feel wealthy. You don't need others to affirm your success. Your faith becomes the very force that shapes your reality. You come to understand that everything around you used to be invisible. Every building, every invention, and every trade system started as just a thought, a spark of inspiration in someone's mind. The device you're using right now was once just a dream in an inventor's brain. The currency system we rely on today began as an idea that existed only in the imagination. This realization changes how you view your own dreams and visions. Instead of dismissing them as just fantasies, you start to see them as the raw materials for your future. What you hold in your mind today, what you feel strongly, and what you visualize passionately becomes the treasure that the world will deliver to you tomorrow, literally. This understanding shifts how you live your daily life. Every moment gives you a chance to shape the invisible blueprint of your future. Each thought becomes a choice about the reality you're building. Every feeling acts as a tool for crafting your experiences. You stop being a bystander and start actively creating your future. It's a journey that calls for your total commitment. Trust in the creative power of your own mind. Stick to your vision and feelings, even when others can't see what you see. Even when the world around you seems to say otherwise. Even when logic tries to talk you out of your dreams and push you to settle for less. This level of commitment to your unseen dreams is what sets apart those who change their lives from those who stay stuck in the same patterns. The truth is, every great fortune, every successful business, every life-changing idea started with someone who got this concept and applied it consistently. They held on to their vision so firmly that the universe had no choice but to bring it into reality. This isn't just some magical thinking. It's practical metaphysics for creating wealth. The big revelation is simple. You're already tapping into this creative power, whether you realize it or not. The real question isn't whether your mind shapes reality. It's whether you'll take control of that power intentionally for the experiences you want, or let it run on autopilot, driven by old beliefs. Here's the truth that makes abundance inevitable. You're not separate from the creative energy of the universe. You are a part of it. Every technique we've talked about, every principle we've discovered, every insight we've shared comes down to recognizing that the same intelligence that moves stars and grows trees is active in your mind right now. When you align with this truth, when you stop resisting your creative abilities and start flowing with them, abundance becomes as easy as breathing. This isn't about picking up new facts. It's about remembering who you truly are. The mindset of a millionaire isn't something distant you need to chase. It's your natural state, waiting to be uncovered. Every practice we've discussed simply clears away what's been blocking your natural prosperity. Every shift in perspective we've explored opens up ways for abundance to enter your life. If you followed along this far, something in you is waking up to these truths. You wouldn't have stayed with me unless part of you recognized the power we've been tapping into together. Recognizing this is the start of your transformation, and I'm really grateful to have spent this time with you. This is the kind of content I love creating, real-life wisdom that you can actually apply to change your life from within. If you've found value in what we've shared, subscribing to the channel means you'll always be in the loop for insights that could spark your next big breakthrough. Drop a comment saying, "This message was meant for me," if you felt a connection today. If something we talked about struck a chord with you and reinforced what you've always known about your potential for success, hit that like button. It shows me this conversation has made a genuine impact, and that simple action means we're building something meaningful together. There's a video right here that dives even deeper into applying these ideas. Click to keep going with me, because your journey to prosperity is just getting started, and the next insights might be just what you need to speed up your transformation.